Good morning, children. I welcome you all for today's class. Today, let's start a new lesson, that is, the third lesson of your syllabus. The lesson name is The Gift of the Magi. The Gift of the Magi is written by O. Henry. Let's have a look on the introduction of the author. O. Henry was the pen name of William Sidney Porter. Pen name means it is a nickname given to the writer. They did not give their original name while publishing, children. So what is his real name? His real name is William Sidney Porter. He was born on 11th September 1862 in Greensboro, North Carolina, and he became famous for his short stories. Especially William Sidney Porter was famous for his short stories. So how he was writing the short stories? He was writing in a form of Rolling Stone. He had given the title for that. He started the Rolling Stone, a humorous weekly, in 1887. So weekly, he was writing the stories, maybe for the magazine, maybe for the newspaper. So he had given the title for that. Like Panchatantra, children, how we come to know? If we take the name of Panchatantra, we come to know that it is a collection of the short stories, it is a collection of the fables. Same like that, the title was given, The Rolling Stone, in which different kinds of short stories were written. And he was writing for Houston Post. It is a name itself, maybe. He wrote a story each week for New York World also. He has penned more than 600 stories. See, he has written more than 600, not only 600, more than. Okay. The first collection of his stories appeared in 1904 in Cabbages and Kings, which was immediately popular. First of all, when he wrote in 1904 in Cabbages and Kings, those stories became very popular, children. Other collections followed, including the 4 Million 1906, the Trimmed Lamp 1907. Such kind of inspirable writer who was writing short stories has written The Gift of the Magi. Here you may feel curious that why he has given the title as The Gift of the Magi. Let's see. The main idea in O. Henry's The Gift of the Magi is in the idea that the value of a gift comes not in its actual cost but from giving from the heart. The Gift of the Magi is also a short story, children, actually, but it is related to the story of the Bible. Here, you may get curious that why this Magi has given the title. See, what is that Magi means? The Magi were the men who brought gifts to the newborn Jesus. Did you get a clear idea now? Who were Magi, children? They were the three wise men. According to the Bible, the Magi were three kings, Caspar, Melchior, and Balthazar, who traveled to Bethlehem from somewhere in the east. So these three kings were traveling. They had come from Persia and they traveled to Bethlehem, children. Maybe they were not traveling to Bethlehem, but a shining star made them to follow to Bethlehem, where Jesus was born. Have you got an idea now? Who were Magi? The Magi were three kings. See, what is the idea in O. Henry's Gift of Magi, children? The idea is that the value of a gift comes not in its actual cost but from giving from the heart. If we are giving any present to our friends or to our family members, the value of that gift, the amount of that gift is not measured. What is measured? The care and respect you are having towards them is measured. That matters a lot. That is what here it is mentioned. the main idea in the gift of Magi. See, so who had brought the gifts here to the newborn baby? Who was newborn baby, children? Jesus. Jesus was born. And when Jesus was born, a star was shining in the sky, a big star. So all people were following that star. The angel was giving a message to everyone. Even the angel had come to these three kings to follow that star. Then later they saw the shining star, they got attracted, and they too started to follow, and they reached a stable where they saw a brightly shining baby. And that baby is none other than Jesus. Those three kings only brought a tradition of giving the gifts. So what gifts they gave, children? Let's see. These are the three kings. See how it is shown in the picture, how they came to give the gifts to the child. The gifts were, one of the king offered gold, the another king offered frankincense, and the third king offered myrrh. Let's see one by one what is the importance of giving gifts, these gifts particularly. A gold, a metal, is a symbol of earthly kingship. Means by giving gold, the king gave a message that the child is going to win the hearts of the people in the future. It is not that he is going to gain the throne like a king, children. Means he is going to rule on the hearts of the people like kingship. That is called as earthly kingship. Earth means in the whole world. He is going to rule on the hearts. Rule means not cruelly, but he is going to rule kindly only. That's what we know the story of Jesus, how he won the heart of the people, but how the enemies treated him, how he was hanged on the cross, children. He was nailed up. That's another story. We will let's see what is the importance of the another gift. The another king offered frankincense. What it tells? It is a symbol of godliness. Yes. This was the another king, by offering the frankincense, he gave a message that this child is going to become the messenger of the God. The child is going to become like God on earth. And the third king, he gave myrrh, the balming oil. Means it is a symbol of death. Means maybe the child is going to have some problems, the enemies will make him to lose his life. That's it is a message given by all three kings' children. Thus the gifts were given in recognition of Jesus' importance within the Christian story. So from Bible itself it comes, the story it comes that on every Christmas all the people, they give gifts to each other. With happily they will give the gifts to each other. They should not show that how big or small gifts they are giving. They should not show that how much money they are spending. Only they should show how much care and respect and love they are having to each other. That is what the title is, children, the gift of the Magi. The Magi symbolize wisdom. Here, the Magi itself, it symbolizes the wisdom, means the intelligence, the understanding, what we are having towards the other fellow being. Okay. Here is a story of those three kings' children, how they came and they gave the gifts to the child. I request you to see this story.
Far away from the city of Jerusalem, there lived a mysterious tribe of people called the Magi. The Magi were filled with wisdom and understanding, and they were respected by kings and other important people. As three of these wise men were gazing out into the sky one starry night, an unusually bright light shone, brighter than any star they had ever seen. They were amazed at what they saw and were convinced it was a sign that a great king had been born. Quickly, they set out on a journey to find him. The same light that had caught the attention of the wise men also drew several shepherds out from the fields and into the quiet and lowly town of Bethlehem. The glory of God shone so brightly that they shook with fear, but an angel comforted them. "Don't be afraid. I bring good news for you and all people. The Messiah, your Savior, is born this very day." After a long journey, the wise men arrived in Jerusalem. As they rode through the city, they excitedly called out, "Where is the newborn King of the Jews?" They knew this king would be different than any other king before. This king was promised to bring peace and joy to all the nations of the world. Surely someone would know of his coming. "We have seen his star," the wise men declared, "and we are here to worship him." But no one knew where this child could be found. Herod, who called himself King of the Jews, was greatly troubled by the announcement of a new king, a king who might take his place. He met with the Jewish leaders and asked them where the Messiah was to be born. Then he arranged a secret meeting with the wise men and said to them, "Go and look for the Messiah in the town of Bethlehem. And when you find him, let me know so that I can also worship him." But secretly, Herod did not want to worship the new king. He only wanted the wise men to discover where Jesus was, so he could have him killed. As the wise men left Jerusalem and headed toward Bethlehem, they once again saw the glorious light in the night sky. This light had led them many long miles from home, and now it would lead them right to the place where Jesus was. As the wise men drew closer, they were filled with excitement and wonder. When they stepped into the house, the wise men saw a young child with his mother Mary, and they fell to the ground and worshipped him. They gave Jesus gifts fit for a king, including costly treasures of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. The scene was incredible. The greatest of kings, born in the most unlikely of places. Mary took in every detail and tucked them away in her heart. She wanted to remember these precious moments for the rest of her life. Later, the wise men and Joseph, Jesus' earthly father, were warned by God in a dream that Herod intended to kill the young Messiah. God led the wise men and the new family safely out of the city of Bethlehem and far away from the evil King Herod. Eventually, Jesus and his family returned to Nazareth. As Jesus grew, he revealed more and more about who he was. He healed the sick, raised the dead, opened the eyes of the blind, and most amazing of all, he gave his life on the cross to rescue the world from the curse of sin. The wise men's journey had led them to Jesus, the Son of God, the King of Kings, and the Lord of Lords.
I hope you have understood the story, children. Is it clear now why the title has been given, The Gift of the Magi? So your homework is read the lesson and mark the difficult words. Okay? What is the homework? Read the lesson, mark the difficult words. Okay? See you in the next session.